What's up? I wasn't gonna record today, just because I feel like even YouTubers deserve to have a couple days off a week or whatever, but I just came from doing my election worker training and swearing in, which, by the way, just for anyone who thinks they know so much about elections, we have to do a training and a swearing in, which means swearing an oath to support the Constitution of the United States of America and of the state of Tennessee, in my case, um, prior to each election cycle. Not just once, but like we have to do it prior to an early election cycle and then again prior to election day itself, which means this is my fourth time taking this oath for my second election cycle. So just for anyone who thinks they know so much about all the election interference and election fraud and voting fraud and like whatever you think goes on, you've never actually worked an election. You don't know what kind of training we go through, what kind of oath we take, or like how serious it truly is. Maybe go volunteer to be a poll worker so you can learn those things and stop running your mouth about things you don't know. That's just a thought on that. Honestly, though, what I'm upset about is the parking situation, because we were told that our parking would be validated. And granted, it is partially my fault because I did not see the sign until I was leaving the garage that the opposite garage on the other across the street was in fact the Dwight Kessel, whatever garage that was slated to be a free, like we were going to have our parking validated or whatever. Of course, Google took me to the garage across the street from there, which wasn't free, wasn't validated, and I had to pay $12 to park, okay? $12 for an hour and a half. $12 for a less than 2-hour training, which, assuming that they pay us for the full 2 hours, I'm getting paid $30 for that training, but 12 of that went to pay for parking. That is ridiculous. That is highway robbery. There is no excuse on earth for you to charge $12 for one person to park for 1 hour and a half. First of all, the sign posted said $5 up to an hour, $10 up to 2 hours, $12 for the whole day. I wasn't there over 2 hours. They let us out early. Secondly, even if I had been there all day long, $12 is too much. All you did was build a parking space. It's been there for ages. That parking garage has been there for ages. There was a time when it probably only cost $1 to park in that garage, and now suddenly it costs $12. There's not even human beings manning the stations. It's all machinery. It's all robots. Everything's automated. There's not even a person to speak to. Why are we paying $12 to park? That is nonsense. That is extortion. That is highway robbery. It is ridiculous. Parking should be included in your taxes because, by the way, if I get paid $30 for my training today, that's assuming they pay us for the full 2 hours, even though they let us out early, which chances are we only get paid for the time we're actually there. Second of all, that's not including the taxes they take out. And because I'm a disabled person, I get taxed at a higher rate than most people. They take out more on me because I'm disabled and I receive a disability check. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I actually pay more in taxes because I'm disabled, and I don't get a refund. I don't get to file anything. Someone else can claim me as a dependent because I'm disabled and they can get money for me. My mom was able to claim me and get money for me, but I can't claim me. I can't claim head of household. I can't get a tax refund. But you can charge me $12 to park. Make that make sense. It just frustrates me because there was a time when I can tell you several times actually that I ended up taking my child to the ER for mild things that didn't necessarily warrant a visit to the ER, but because it was free parking if you were going to the ER versus having to pay $2 to park if I was taking my child to see their pediatrician for a regular checkup. And you might think, oh, well, $2 is nothing. Well, when you don't have any money, coming up with $2 to pay to park is a lot of money. So there were literally times when taxpayers had to foot the bill for an ER visit because I didn't have $2 to pay to park. I didn't understand at the time the logistics of all of that. All I knew was my kid needed to be seen and I couldn't afford to pay to park. And if I took them to the ER at the time, I wouldn't have to pay to park because ER visits got their parking validated. Whereas my child's doctor's office, who was also in the hospital, I had to pay money to park. That was only $2. That was 20 years ago. Now you're charging $12. How many single parents do you think can afford to pay $12 to take their kid to a doctor's appointment? Not many around here, I can tell you that much. That's insane. Y'all really need to get your crap together because that is insane. There is no reason why anyone should be charging that much money to park. Not in a public parking facility, in a public space. It might be a private parking garage because you've allowed privatization. Because here, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but here in Tennessee, our lawmakers prioritize big business over individual residents, over individual citizens. They prioritize big business over any average American citizen. So don't come to Tennessee if you're looking for small town values because Tennessee does not have small town values. Tennessee supports big business. Tennessee supports the corporocracy. Tennessee supports letting nameless, faceless entities determine what goes on in your household, what goes on with your body, what goes on with your children. That's what Tennessee supports. Tennessee does not support the average person. Please know that. When y'all go to vote on Super Tuesday, keep in mind that these Tennessee lawmakers, 9 times out of 10, they're the ones with the R's beside their names, and I don't follow party lines, so I'm not here to say Democrat is better than Republican at all. There is a lot that needs to be done in the Democratic Party as well, and I will call them out wholeheartedly. But I live in a Republican state that claims to be led by people who claim to care about small town values, who care about, the average person, who care about your children, who care about your faith, your family. No, they don't. They care about lining the pockets of their donors. That's what they care about. They care about greasing the palms of big business so that they can get kickbacks. That's all they care about. That's all these lawmakers here care about. If you're in Tennessee and you vote for these people that are already in office, screwing everything up for everybody, you are contributing to the problem. Please vote these idiots out of office because they are not helping anyone at all. At all. Parking should be free. Have a blessed day.